I said, hey there, living dead, just where did you come from? Where are you going, and can you give me a crumb? How's everyone doing? We'll wait for a few more people to show up, then we'll get started. Check. Check. Okay. Hey, how you doing? Glad someone's here. Let's check the score of the game. Why? Oh, that's just sad. So yeah, we're decided to, this is gonna be my last stream for a little while, for reasons. Mostly because this week is gonna be really busy for me. So I decided to try something different. I'm not sure how well we'll do, but we are running Black-Red Reanimator. Let's take a look real quick. So, what is this deck trying to do? It is trying to bin an Ulamog's Crusher very quickly, get Dragon Breath into the graveyard, and cast Exhume. Hopefully you do this one-sided, but if not, well, you have an Ulamog's Crusher and they don't. To protect the combo, you have Duress and also Shred Memory, which can exile cards from your opponent's graveyard. It also has Transmute, which lets you pay the Transmute cost and discard it to get anything that costs 2. Which just so happens to include Exhume. So these are kind of like Exhume copies 4 and 5. Faithless Looting, Insolent Neonate, Tormenting Voice all get cards into the graveyard. Last Rites is a personal card of mine. I like it. Gets a ton of cards in the graveyard, can be a control breaker when you need it. Dragon Breath gives you haste. Lightning Axe is removal that gets things into the graveyard. Stinkweed Imp fills your graveyard. And then there are some backup creatures, including Gurmag Angler, which you can cast, and Greater Sandworm. And someone went 5-0 over the weekend with a Reanimator deck that was a little more dedicated to this card. I like it. It has its uses, but I like Crusher more, personally. Monomorphos is in there because we run Sandstone Needle, which makes red, so sometimes we need to. Excuse me. Screen's a little dusty. So sometimes we need to filter, but we'll see about that. Onto the sideboard. Sideboard is, kinda all in. You got one copy of Chainer's Edict to handle whatever threat they may have, another Last Rites, another Gurmag Angler, 3 Fangrim Marauders. I want to try this out. It used to be Ingot Chewer, but I kind of like the idea of siding this in against Affinity, and, it's not going to be impossible to cast with Monomorphos, but we'll see. Electrickery for small creature decks, specifically Hexproof and tokens. Pyroblast because you need to defend your combo from counterspells. And finally, Swirling Sandstorm. I've been wanting to run this. There's been a lot of Stompy and a lot of Hexproof running around, and I think Swirling Sandstorm might be a good way to fight that. So I want to give it a shot. I think this might be one of the better Swirling Sandstorm decks, one that can run Swirling Sandstorm, so we'll see. The only other card I thought about running, I'm not sure where I'd find the space for it, is one of these. Because it acts as Edict Defense. It comes down as a 5/7 with a token, or a 6/8, which is sizable. It doesn't feel like it matches up well, so for the time being, I'm leaving me and my tiny son at home. So, just make sure I managed to take this into a 2-person queue and beat Green-Red Tron, Mono-Green Tron, which was exhilarating and frightening. So, yeah, let's try this. Let's just say this. Because I actually play better when people are watching for whatever reason. So let's get into leagues. I'm honestly not sure how I'll do. I've had some success with this list in the past. I have a feeling that it's going to be a little more known quantity today, since someone did just manage to go 5-0 with a similar deck. But we shall see. We shall see. Okay, let's see if I regret my decision immediately. So yeah, actually we had, Amonkhet now has 5 different cards to go 5-0. Has Cartouche of Strength, Cartouche of Solidarity, Bloodlust Insider, which is completely random, Benefiction of Ronos, and also Greater Sandworm. Alright, we got a match. Okay. So this is actually a pretty good keep. It's not perfect, but I can duress them turn... So I'm keeping it. And it's nice because I can duress if I want to. So they're stompy. So let's see. Duress is less good than going Faithless Looting early. My goal is to... Let's see what I draw. So, yeah, my goal is to Looting Crusher into the graveyard, cast Duress, Exhume, and yeah. Okay, I think we can do this. I think we can. This is a pretty great opening hand. It's also nice because I'm leading on the same land I've been running for a long time, so yeah. Let's see if I can pull this off. Sure. The problem with this is that Rancor is really, really good at... Rancor is very, very good at being sacrificed to Ulamog's Crusher. So yeah, we're going to discard Crusher and Stinkweed Imp, and hope next turn when we dredge Imp, we get to get back a not a Rolling Thunder, a Dragon's Breath. That also sets us up nicely for a later Gurmag Angler. Yep. So 1 ranker is better than 2. I will say that much. Fetch a swamp. Dredge. Okay, we didn't hit, which is fine. We're still just going to Exhume here. Play Sandstone Needle and pass. Next turn I can also play Stinkweed Imp, which will be nice to block the Vault Scourge. The question is, do I block the Pit Skulk? I might, actually. What's up? I think I do end up blocking the Pit Skulk, because... unless they pump it before combat, in which case I do not. Okay. I still think I block here, because that trades... I can then also nab a Ranker with the Duress. Yeah, they didn't play a land this turn, so that's that. Yeah, this is actually pretty good. Actually, they don't... How do I want to play this? They don't have a land in hand. No, I'm not going to do that. Sweet. Okay. So first, let me Duress them. See what they have. Ranker, Ranker, BTE, BTE. So let's take Ranker. Play Stinkweed, and pass the turn. Next game is where Gurmag Angler is going to come in handy, because then with Gurmag Angler what will happen is it'll be easier to... how should I put this? With Gurmag Angler it's easier to block. It's just in a Reanimator deck. I think it's fine. I think some of the cards are a little too cute. I don't love Delver in there. I don't know what Delver does for the deck. Okay, let's get you out of the way. We're not going to dredge. Okay. Let's Tormenting Voice. Pitching Dragon Breath. Sometimes life is good. Let's make sure we make black red. And let's attack with a giant haster. I think they just scooped. Yep. One to the good. Oh, hello. Yes, this is a Pauper stream. So, Last Rites here isn't as good. Gurmag Angler is much better. Gurmag Angler is better because they're definitely going to try and destroy my graveyard. The question is, Shred Memory is less good here because I don't need to take out their graveyard as much. And I definitely want to bring in my Swirling Sandstorms. So the question is, what do I side out? I think I can cut a Lightning Axe. And Lightning Axe is really good. Monomorphos really proved itself that game. I don't really have 9. Let's try cutting a Monomorphos. I'm on the draw, so also an Evolving Wilds. Let's try this. Do you play Pauper, Komodo Drake? Let's keep this. So the plan here will be to bin Crusher. There's no reason to keep 2 in hand. Sometimes, yeah, you cast one, but... Then where? Do you play in tournament practice in real life? Sweet. Okay. We're getting to a point where we might actually be able to Swirling Sandstorm for a bunch of value. Fair enough. What's your favorite deck? Sure. Do you follow Staborsky, Adam Staborsky's Pauper Cube? Huh, that might be problematic, but again, stinkweed him. This might be a short one. They had a really good draw. It's possible I should have gone turn 1 Wilds for Duress, but not sure that would have mattered. Actually, not terrible. I'm not in terrible shape. Okay. Man, I just screwed up, maybe. Fine. Yeah, I definitely screwed up. Okay, let's just do this then. Ugh. I didn't mean to... I must have just missed that stop. Man. Well, my deck's bailing me out, which is really... Wow, okay. Took it into the stream. 1 to the good. I'll take it. I wasn't even sure I was going to win that one, but they did not seem happy about that. Hey, sometimes it works. And alright, the Mets are winning, so I'm happy about that. Anyone else follow sports? Or am I the only sports guy? Oh, wow, you must be happy. What, 108 years? More? This is a pretty good hand. Let's keep this. Like, it's not great to have 2 Crushers in your opener, but with Tormenting Voice, one's gone. So this time I might save Duress. Is this tokens? Ooh, this is going to be tough. So I'm not going to save Duress anymore. I'm going to try and take... because token decks are tough. Lied, I'm going to... I am going to Tormenting Voice now, because I can't really afford to wait with so much land. Alright, I can Tormenting Voice again next turn. And considering my opponent only found 1 Squadron Hawk, that tells me they may not be the best at Magic. Or they might have just made a misclick. Okay, my opponent is on white aggro. Not tokens, but probably a more traditional white aggressive deck. Now, the problem is they can flood the board pretty easily, but this is where Greater Sandworm might come in, like, super handy. Its ability to stop things with power, like, not be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less might be super helpful in this matchup. So, funny story about the Cubs. My wife's family is from the same town as Anthony Rizzo, and they know him. Like, my in-laws, their next-door neighbors routinely harass Anthony Rizzo when he's back in Florida. And that is my Anthony Rizzo story. Okay. Let's start by casting Duress and see what we're up against. Oh, that's so unfortunate for them. They had 2 Squadron Hawks in their opening, 3 Squadron Hawks in their opening hand. Oh man, that is so unfortunate. Let's cast Tormenting Voice again. Thank you, Mike. Thank you. Problem with this is I am drawing all mana, no cheating cards. Sure. Well, the good thing is next turn I get to cast Stinkweed Imp. We're 1-0. My round 1 opponent was Stompy and conceded both times to Exhuming Ulamog's Crusher. Even though the second game they had a dominating board position. Utterly dominant. But I went Exhume on Crusher and they rage quit. Yeah, I'll take it. And we just nabbed Journey to Nowhere with Duress against White Weenie. Mono White aggro, sorry. The gods, they smile upon me. So this one I'm going to do, actually. I'm going to Neonate, discard Imp, Dredge Imp. No dice. Darn. Get Crusher. Sandstone Needle. Pass the turn. Now, they've had... I know all the cards in their hand... Did they just rip it? No, they did not. Alright, alright. And soon, I will be able to cast... hardcast my second Crusher. Which is going to be so brutal. Yeah, probably. The fact that I stole their Journey to Nowhere with, let's loot. So far, not too often. But, so far I've been facing off against aggro decks. And yeah, this is going to be bad for them. I think they just scooped. Yeah, they scooped. Am I allowed to be having this much fun? I really don't know. Okay. Last Rites is less good against them. They have a lot of flyers, so Swirling Sandstorm is not as hot either. Let's go for an Electrickery. That seems right. What does white aggro tend to run? I mean, I basically built the deck. Do you think I should bring in Electrickery or another Angler? What do you think? Let's go with this for now. I'll be right back. I need to get a tissue. Okay, let's take a look. That is an opener that I am going to keep. Like, it's mana heavy, but all I need to do is draw Faithless Looting or something, and this hand is just absolute gasoline on a fire. So, if you listen to color commentary this week, what they were doing is talking about marginal plays. And one thing that came up is whether or not to cast... Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. But it talks... the guys from color commentary, Mike and Adrian, Mike's in the chat right now, talked about things like cracking Evolving Wilds before or after you draw for the turn. And here it's correct to crack it before because I am so flooded. So very, very flooded. For this deck, anyway. Let's duress my opponent. See what we're up against. Sure. You got me. Okay. Note to self, they run Monetize. Yeah, we got it. I exhumed a second Crusher, and that one was hasty. Yes, you should be listening to Colin Commentary. They just celebrated 1 year of episodes this weekend. But they're talking about things such as how to gain marginal amounts of value. And one thing they talked about today was how to properly manage fetch lands. Which we seem to be doing a fine job of. So yeah, what we're going to do is block, dredge, see what happens. Or not. That seems aggressive. Sure. I'm not really facing down that much of a clock, am I? I mean, I'm at 17, going up to 18. Next turn, I'll go down to 15. They need to have another... Well, this is going to be over quickly. Hand did not pan out very well. They also happen to have Journey for my blocker. We're not totally hosed. Okay, new plan. We're going to try to hardcast Crusher. Not anymore, they cast Relic. Note to self, Duress should be cast after you play a second land. That is interesting. Why would they wait? So here's the funny story. We're going to hardcast Ulamog's Crusher this game. Now, whether that's enough for us to win remains to be seen. Sure. Now, they may have a second Journey. They may have a... what's it called? They have any number of things in hand. Second Journey, Unmake. The fact of the matter is that Monetize got me. They run one copy and they got me. Good on them. No, that's something I have to do less of. I have to stop being so negative about these plays. It is an achievement unlocked, and one I'm very proud of. So here's the thing. I'm not even going to crack this. I'm going to block and see what happens. Sure. I actually kind of hope they attack here. Yep. Block. Trade. Sure. What? Okay. If they have the second mana tithe, whatever. If they have the second mana tithe, I have the second crusher. Okay, let's do this. I'm not going to hardcast one crusher. I'm going to hardcast two. Okay. See, the actual right play there would have been to put on Bone Splitter, I think. They now need to have a second one of these. They need to have another removal spell. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, I think I didn't dead anyway, because they can just play a, yeah, okay. They had it. You know, let's see what I draw. They got it. So, How do I want to play this now? You seem good. How good do you seem? I'm on the play. So I want all my lands. Definitely need duress. That is a must-have. No, I still like how this one's... Let's hedge a little. Right? Can't just be running Syndic of Ties, so let's hedge. I mean, they just had to have that Mana Tithe. That Mana Tithe really cost me the game. Well, this time I can't get blown up by Mana Tithe. This probably was a bad keep in all actuality, but we'll see. It is, but it's not great. Like, the question is, okay. The place to do this, block, and hope they do something. No, I shouldn't block. That would be terrible. Blocking is a great way to get blown out. No. Haunted Fengraph. Okay. This is why a card like Ingot Chewer is probably better than Fangren Marauder. Turn 1 Relic is just really powerful. Let's do this. I just want to get more cards in my graveyard, so they kind of have to do something. Yes, Violent Outburst would be good here, Mike. Very good. Let's get rid of you. Okay. They've decided to make life difficult. However, they're just attacking with a Loyal Cathar. They're actually not even attacking. This game's gonna drag out. So, if they just don't attack from... How do I play this? So I think I actually have to loot here. If only to get them to pop the relic. That toe and relic really just put a crimp in our plans. I need to craft a hand where I have Lightning Axe, and then I can do something in response to the relic trigger. Let's Tormenting Voice, discarding Tormenting Voice. Okay, we're getting back to that point where I'm going to hard cast a Ulamog's Crusher if I ever draw one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we are almost there. Oh yeah, I'm not complaining. They had their hate card. But the fact of the matter is that they aren't doing anything. They aren't doing anything with it. They are just kind of dirtling, which is fine. I mean, I just want to see what they're going to do. That is a great way to describe Magic in general. Sure. Sure. Well, Reanimator is a combo deck. That's really what it is. Let's see. Yeah, no, the way to win this game is we're going to hard cast Ulamog's Crusher at some point. So, I have time because they're not attacking, so I'm just going to keep doing nothing. Like, until they start attacking, I'm not sure I need to worry. Turn 2 Crushers are disgusting when they happen. They did not happen this game. My opponent isn't doing much of anything, which is weird. Like, if I were my opponent, I would have been attacking me this entire time to at least whittle down my life total a little bit. Unless they have Guardian's Pledge, in which case what they're doing makes sense. But I don't know a white aggro deck that runs Syndic of Tides, Haunted Fengraf, Loyal Cathar, and also, what is it? Guardian's Pledge. So the question is here, do I pop the Neonate, pitching a Exhume? Because Exhume's not really doing anything for me this game. The answer is yes, I will pop Neonate. That is interesting. Because that eliminates their army, because I can tutor for... What's it called? Electricity. Interesting. Interesting. I tutor for electricity, and then it kind of stops them from attacking. Kinda. So I need to hold on to that in case I ever draw Greater Sandworm. Also, I can use it to get back Stinkweed Imp if they do something. I cannot get Electricity because it only costs 1. So I'll get Tormenting Voice instead. Well, I lied. It can get me Electricity. So the thing is, I wonder what they're gonna do. Like, they haven't been attacking me. They haven't been casting spells. They're just really wasting time. Which I'm fine with, because it puts me under less pressure, but I'd like to try and finish this league run tonight. Yeah, Reanimator is goofy powerful when it clicks, and I felt like being goofy tonight, so we'll go for it. So the question is, what do I do? If they attack with Cathar, I think I block with Imp. No, I want to save Monomorphose because it lets me cast... What is that card called? Why can I not remember the name of this card? Greater Sandworm. It will let me hard cast it. I just have my graveyard popped out because, How do I undock this? Sandworm does seem good here, but I need to get it, is the thing. Let's see how they attack. Okay. So now I'm actually going to trade this, because then I take off almost everything on their board. However, because of what happened with, what's it called? Monetized last game, I think I'm going to wait until my turn to pull it off. The question is, do I dredge here? I think I do, actually. Yeah, I do. Do they have prismatic strands? That'd be bad. Nope. They didn't have prismatic strands. So the question is, do I duress here? I think the answer is yes. Get their one of mana tithe. So actually, I think... No, I can't. Yeah, I want to pay one for mana tithe. Okay. I think I'm back in this. Like, I don't know what they can do, really. They're flooded. Like, the worst thing they can get back is a Loyal Cathar. Which is exactly what they got back. Fantastic. They're angry enough that they didn't even bother to try to recast that thing. You can play the planes, like... Yep, cast your Syndic. So we know this is back. Okay. We now know every card in their hand. Yeah, I was expecting it to be Journey 2. Okay. So yeah, I'm actually just going green-green here. I'll take it. So do I go for Lightning Axe on the... I should have gone for it before. That's fine. I'm going to Lightning Axe their Syndic this turn. There's no point in even trying to play with Exhume. They've given up, which is fine by me. Yeah, I thought about Temur Battle Rage in this deck. Oh, I don't even have to pitch anything. I can just cast it, like, actual next turn. Huh. Actually, let's, yeah, let's just cast this. Okay, we're getting to the point where I'm going to hardcast Ulamog's Crusher. That was a pretty good draw for them. Like, they really had to rip exactly that. No, I can't. They got this one. Like, basically, if I can draw Sandworm or anything... No, they knew. They just didn't use it. They used it a lot before, but not so much this time. Okay, let's see if they have it again. If they have another Mana Tithe, I mean... Although they probably have a Journey or, what's it called? They have Journey or Unmake for sure. I'm pretty sure I've lost this game. Which is fine. They did last time. You attack with everything. That's what you should do. Because... Yep. I block that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Unless my next draw is a Angler? Yeah, I can't win this. Unless they time out, which is entirely possible. Yep. Just kidding, I have plenty of life gain spells in the deck. Sure. Let's see. Let's transmute you for... Wow. Tormenting Voice. It's Tormenting Voice. Wow. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. If this card said gain 12 life, maybe I win. But as it stands, they can do all sorts of fun stuff. They have a ton of land. The turn 1 relic really kind of put a crimp in our style. So not much I could have done about that. I mean, I guess that's why the deck should run Ingot Chewer over Fangren Marauder in the sideboard, because Relic is so prevalent, even though it's such a reactive card. Okay. You can even take the 8. There you go. Like, I thought about getting the, yep, you win. Not sure why Took so long. Darkness. Okay, they got me. Let's see if the next one takes a little bit less time. So yeah, what could I have done differently that game? I think the big thing that's different is in deck construction is having Ingot Chewer. But is Ingot Chewer that good? Oh yeah, I'm not worried about sideboard cards wrecking me. I'm just wondering what I could do differently. I think that if you leave it as sometimes sideboard cards wreck you, then that's kind of absolving you of any mistakes you may have made. Well, it depends on what you mean by Caw-Blade. If you're talking about something that tries to approximate the old standard deck, it's gonna be tough. This is a mulligan. Is it? Turn 1 this, turn 2 that. I'm on the draw, that's 3 looks, at a second land. Yeah, it's a mulligan. This is better. What does Gorilla Shaman have to do with anything? Yeah, let's keep that on top. Well, what am I trying to say? Caw-Blade is... Oh, Affinity. This is exactly why I brought in... Okay, so let's talk about that deck. I'll see if I can talk about both at the same time. The issue with that deck is it doesn't have Jace. I mean, I wish it was a... I wish there was more to say than that, but the reason that deck was so good is because you could use Jace's 0 to brainstorm back your Squadron Hawks and see new cards. You basically were casting Brainstorm Fetch regularly. Without access to Jace, that's just not nearly as impressive. So, yeah, we have Brainstorm, but that's Brainstorm. It's not Jace, which is a free Brainstorm every turn. So I think that is what is missing. It is some kind of persistent way to gain the advantage. So we have Shred Memory, so what we're going to do is we're going to attack and then look for, what's it called? We're going to look for Tormenting Voice. And we're going to just do black, black. I mean, how does that deck win exactly? Is what I'm trying to say. Actually, do we just get we get Dragon Breath, right? Yeah, we get Dragon Breath. The deck just doesn't do enough. That's really it. How should I put this? What are you trying to do with that deck? You're trying to gain incremental value. There's no game-changing equipment. There's no lingering ultimate. There's no Stoneforge Mystic. One, two, three, four, five. Okay. Sure. Let's discard Dragon Breath. Let's discard Ulamog's Crusher. Let's cast Duress to see what the hell's going on. Okay, so they're just straight up Affinity with Bone Splitter. We gotta win! Woo! I love that feeling of just, okay, I took all of a few minutes to win. Hi, Carlos. Okay. So now we get to try my spicy sideboard plan. Greater Sandworm. Fangren Marauder. What else do I want to bring in here? Do I want the Pyro... No, because it doesn't really stop any of their big beaters. Sure, it's a fine deck, but it doesn't really do what you need it to do. Dragon Breath is less exciting here. Do I want to swirl? Do I want to give a swirly? Let's try a swirl. I mean, it can be a pet deck. This is a pet deck. And if you're... Oh, maybe you can try Gearseeker Serpent? Am I allowed to be in love with a hand against Affinity? Because I think I'm in love with this hand. Okay, mulligan the 5. Turn 1. Sure. That's fine. So we're going to Caves. This is kind of what we were talking about before. So next turn we're going to Wilds, crack it, eventually get to Imp. Oh my god, this is a bloodbath waiting to happen. Do I loot here? Or do I worry about the inevitable, what is it called? The inevitable relic. I think I just wait. I hold on, dodge. Let's see how many punk rock references Alice can work into his chat. Affinity's definitely a gamble. Do they double down or don't? Oh yeah. We are exhuming Fangren Marauder this match. Uh-huh. Oh, Mike. You're going deep. We're just a minor threat. Do they not know how that works? Okay, let's get you back. What, the, do I attack with Marauder here? Yeah. No. No, that would have been terrible. Don't attack with Marauder. Sometimes, but I wouldn't count on it. I didn't attack, don't worry. So the question is, do I attack with Stinkweed next turn? Let's get another Exhume. And pass. Fine by me. No, I will not give your Mirror Enforcer haste. No, there's a legitimate way if they just build up to, what's it called, Gear Seeker Serpent. There's a legitimate way for them to beat me. Yeah, Carlos is right. So how do I want to sequence this? First, let's Faithless Looting. Now it's Tormenting Voice. Why would you bring up Grave Servitude? Just out of curiosity. So I think Swirling Sandstorm's just about dead now, because it takes out my best threat. Sure. Bone Splitter away. You're gonna split some bones? Whose bones you gonna split? Something strange. Okay, so this tells us they have Battle Rage. Which is dangerous. So here's a question. Next turn, do I cast Sandstorm and then Exhume back? No, because then they can Exhume Mirror Enforcer or something else. So yeah, I just block. Because they're going to cast Battle Rage, which is going to knock me low on life. But I don't think it's going to kill me. Or they're just going to let me gain 5? playing around another Exhume. Okay. What are they doing? I'm very confused here. Oh, yes. Sure. Is there a card I don't know about that gives them a second attack phase? They chose poorly. So in the world of should they have... So you're saying they should have stayed back and should have not gone for the attack? Do they not know how this works? Or do they win anyway? 1. Sure. Okay, that just makes my next play that much easier. That actually was smart. But they know I have another Exhume, right? Not just black, it's a Red City Radio shirt, Aaron. So wait, what do we think we do? Do we go for Crusher? Or... Yeah, I'm playing Reanimator. Do I go for Crusher or Fangren Marauder? What is better here? I actually don't know. They went through a fling. I think the play is Crusher. Well, wait, no. They have a ton of permanents. You know what? Let's just, let's play it safe. I have 2 more Exhumes in the deck. No, this play makes it much harder for them to win. Like, significantly harder for them to win. Like, I understand the appeal of Crusher, and Crusher is a really good card, but it's not a game ender. Basically what ends up happening is I cast Crusher, and they bring back ATOG or something else, which means that they just have to deal with it. You know, I'm forced to attack. They have tons of they have tons of extra permanents. They can sacrifice the Germ Token. They can sacrifice the Wellspring. Marauder is a little bit better in that it buys me tons of time. Now, granted, I still have to find a way to win the game, but the way things are going, I think the better way for me to win the game is with Fangren Marauder, because it just buys me that time I need. I agree, Carlos. So I think next turn I just get back another Stinkweed Imp. And then start attacking them. Dredge. Sweet. And now at this point I think that and my opponent has disconnected. So let me talk a little bit more about why I picked Fangren Marauder over, what's it called? Crusher. They had a ton of permanents. They had a ton of things they could sacrifice that don't really matter. And with Marauder on the board, they have to sacrifice twice as many artifacts as they have to kill me. So it gives me a little bit more... I'm not a huge fan of just blind life gain in Pauper, but it gives me a little bit more of a chance to survive. Why did I pick Reanimator over any other deck? I wanted to play Reanimator. I like this deck. I wanted to play something a little proactive that was a little different. But also because I wanted to run a Swirling Sandstorm deck. I think that right now Swirling Sandstorm is pretty well positioned against decks like Stompy and Hexproof, and I wanted to see if I was right. And even though I haven't casted this game, the ability to cast it has proven immensely valuable. So I'm very happy with that choice. And I went with black-red instead of the blue-black version that went 5-0 today, or over this weekend, because I'm more familiar with it, and I kind of like it more. Really because I wanted access to Swirling Sandstorm. Oh, they're back. So now I'm actually going to pitch Swirling... After my love note to Swirling Sandstorm, I'm going to pitch it because it's basically dead here. Gain some life. 4. And you know what this means? Next turn we get to cast Crusher if we draw it. Okay, now we're getting to a point that is dangerous, because if they can hard cast Gearseeker Serpent, we're in trouble. Winning involves a Crusher at some point, it's just not right now. Should have held that. Yeah, next turn hardcast Crusher win. I almost pitched that too. Do I have basics left in the deck? Yeah, I do. I mean, you run 4 Ulamog's Crushers in this deck, so you're going to see them eventually. See, this has been happening, and that is strange. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So at this point, I have 20 turns to win. Let's start getting in there. Wait. Oh my lord. They could have just done that against the Marauder, like multiple turns before. Their plan is to deck me. Stinkweed in beatdown is a thing, apparently. Still, my answer is no. The plan is to still attune Ulamog's Crusher and just crush face with it now. And Stinkweed imps are a 7-turn clock. Yeah, I'm going to attack with the imps this turn. I should have done it last turn. What I really want to do is draw the last... draw my last Dragon's Breath and use it on Stinkweed Imp. Although, did I take it out? I don't remember. This is my second hardcast Crusher this game. I think it is. Well, no one can say this game has been boring. It has been it's certainly been interesting this entire time. No, Neonate has Menace. They could have blocked, but yeah, you're probably right. Oh, wait, what? I mean, now Neonate can get in. Madness. Absolute madness. I mean, right now, Stinkweed Imp is going to go all the way. I have 4 turns. What is happening? Yeah, Carlos, I forgot it had Menace. I just forgot it had Menace. Oh god, that's 3 hardcast Crushers! Finally they scoop after the 3rd one! Oh, man. Okay. I'm gonna go refill my water bottle. I will be right back. Okay. You know what? I'm actually going to relog Moto real quick because I'm lagging just a tad. Oh, I'll do that. Let me just let everyone know what the heck just happened. Oh boy. Okay, the Mets are still winning. Things are okay. I'm just looking at these Twitch faces now. What are these things? They're all so horrifying. How do I get rid of them? Okay. Mike, you really walked out at a bad time. That was... I don't even know what to say about that game. Okay, I'm back. Mike, what is that thing? So what do you think? Do you think I can get one more win out of these last two? Yeah, I think my opponent... So, I think if my opponent uses both Galvanic Blasts on the Fangren Marauder, it is much harder for me to win that game. But because they decided to hold it for Crusher out of fear, yeah, I think they misplayed. I think that if they go after my Fangren Marauder, their ATOGs just do the business, and there's nothing I can do about it. Yeah, it took 3 hardcast Ulamog's Crushers that game to get the job done. Unreal. Completely unreal. Man, I want this to be a quick stream. That game took forever. And the one against White took forever. I thought I accepted my match. Oh man, I'm the worst. I'm sorry, person I was matched with. Ah, God, that was bad. Still can't believe I hardcast 3 Ulamog's Crushers. Not 1, not 2, but 3. Okay. Let's see what we're up against. Won the die roll. That's a keep. So I think I just pitch Crusher? Ugh. Huh. They mulligan a blue, so... This is Delver. Things are bad. Okay. Are they teachings? What deck runs Think Twice right now? Unless they're the other Reanimator deck. Okay. They're probably on Flicker or some kind of Flicker variant? Let's hope they don't have days. Or unsummon. You know what? There's something so primal about that. There is something so much fun about that. I know it makes me a bad person, but I really, really like that. Does it make me a bad person? Okay. I want to bring in the Pyroblasts for sure. And let's cut a Monomorphos for the last one. That was a really fast game. I can't keep this. This hand is hot garbage. Can't keep this either. Can't keep that. Yeah, actually, Ooh, keeping it was right, which is surprising. So yeah, let's see how Greater Sandworm works. Kung Fu Trees has been a big proponent of that. Looks alright to me. But we'll see. We shall see. So, I think the next turn is Neonate Cycle Sandworm. And next turn, I think I Duress. Or not. And now I'm behind. So let's see. How do I get back into this game? They missed a land drop. Okay, that's massive. What are they doing? Top, bottom, top? Okay. So I'm setting myself up for a turn where I get to do a whole bunch of stuff. Potentially. Top. Top? Okay. Let's see what's in their hand. Okay, they are teachings. How do I want to play this? Well, they've won this game, basically, because there's not much I can really do. I might do that. That's probably right. I should have cast Dragon Breath. This puts him on a slightly faster clock. Although at the same time, I really can't afford to tap my red because it's my one way to stop them from pyroblasting anything. So they cast Teachings. Negate. Okay. This is actually not a bad matchup, just game, like, when you don't have it early, it's a nightmare. Should have sacrificed the other one, that was a mistake. Wait. Yeah, no, same edict. Yeah, it's the Mets game. Okay. So my thing is I have to somehow get around all of that. This is what I know they have in their hand. You know what is actually really good here? Stinkweed Imp. Because it just lives. So maybe this is a matchup where Last Rites is pretty good. We're getting close to that time again where I can hard cast it. Are they out of teachings? No, they have one left. Top. Top. Sure. They took the Pyroblast. Okay. I'm interested to see what happens here. I'm not sure. Big stinks. Let's do this. Fine by me. This is their hand. There's not really much I can do. I was saving the duress to try and get them before that, but they're, yeah. That tells me they have, what's it called? The fact that they let me resolve Stinkweed Imp tells me they have Justice at this point. So what I'm trying to do is set up a turn where I can hardcast Crusher, have it counter, try to counter back, get it back hasty. It doesn't matter. They have 2 edicts in the yard. I need this imp to survive, basically. It's bad. Still have an edict in the yard. One, two, three. So the reason I'm not conceding and why I'm forcing them to beat me is because this deck doesn't seem to have a win condition. Use the Doomblade. Oh my god. They just gave up 2 permanents for no reason. They sacrificed the relic. That means they have another one. I am befuddled. Okay, what are they getting? Teachings, sure. They still don't have a win condition. Okay, they have 2 counters for sure. Why is my game lagging? I mean, they still have the edict, so we'll see what happens. So I think next turn, depending on what they do, I might Dredge Imp. And then put this on it, which would be hilarious. What is going on? Do I Dredge Imp here? No, because they still might have Curse. Where's their win condition? know what's going on. I mean, they're definitely a justice win, but... No, I'm not. Sure. You mean like Cheon did? What is happening? Do they not have a win condition? Okay, 8. Evankar's is a sorcery. If it was an instant, that'd be so good. No. Oh my god, they can't win. I don't think they can win. They can't win. They took out all their win conditions! Listen, we're rolling with house money now, because I just... Oh my god! Let's see if I can go for 4-1. That is fantastic. I'm gonna keep this. This hand is gas. Like, it has almost everything I need. Let's go for it. I don't know what they could have done. Okay, another affinity. All right. It might have been cursed. I don't know what it was, but even if it was cursed, they couldn't have beat me. Yep, Frogmite. Sure. I'm gonna voice discarding voice. Pretty decent. Yet one curse does seem loose. I mean, I also think Teachings as a whole is a fairly loose deck. It has a lot of troubles. I mean, the problem with Teachings is that how does it win? If your curse isn't in the top half of your deck, you're really hard-pressed to win. I guess one curse is fine if you're absolutely 100% confident that you're going to be able to contain the game. But you saw that, you know, there's a chance it's going to end up in the bottom third of your deck. It has just as much chance of being on top as it does on bottom. So let's see what they cast here, if anything. Yep. Hasty Crusher. Hasty Crusher tastes so good. Honestly, this never gets old. The Shatterpaw's Auto Scoop is just, it's a glorious thing. It didn't do much, but I didn't really give up much by attacking either. Like, sure, I gave up a point of damage, but knowing that I was going to do Crusher anyway, I think the point of damage is a little more valuable in aggregate. Let's see. How did I side last time? I definitely want some amount of Sandstorms. Let's do 2? Let's cut a Shred and a Voice and an Axe. I'm on the draw, let's cut a Wilds. Hand is, it's close, like, but it doesn't have a discard outlet, it doesn't have, this hand is better. Let's do red, red. Still early enough. Let's pitch Crusher. This looks foolish now. Ooh, this is brutal. Well, I still have a little bit of time on this. If I draw a looting, I'm in great shape. Or not. Hey, Tog? Looting? Don't think I win here. It's going to be tough. If they have a counter, it's just... Or if they have Battle Rage, that's even worse. Second Serpent? So if they have a second Gal Blast, I'm just dead here. Or a Battle Rage or anything. Yep, okay. They had it. They had a really good draw that game. I think Swirling Sandstorm isn't good here. Like, it looks like it should be, but it really isn't. Okay, let's try it. Again, playing with house money. I already earned back my entry fee. And that's better than I expected to do. Yeah, no, this just seems great. Red, red. can flashback looting next turn. Jeez, okay, it was fun while it lasted. Didn't mean to do that. Darn. Oh, this is a situation where Swirling Sandstorm would be fantastic. Let's try this. Yep. Let's see. I mean, I have to block the ATOG here. Right? They have 5, 6, 7, 8. I block ATOG, but I don't think I win this game. Like, if they have a Fling or Battle Rage or... Sure. Yep. Okay. That was unfortunate. I thought I had a good hand that last one, but that's the price you pay for playing a deck like this. Can't complain. Did way better than I thought I would. Yeah. Let's call it a night. I mean, that was much better than I anticipated. Once again, here's the deck. Changes? I don't know what I'd make. You know what, 3-2 on the night. Sandworm actually never really mattered. It might be better in the sideboard, if at all. Last Rites almost definitely can get cut. That almost always came out. Marauders were great, but... Wonder if Ingot Chewers would be better. Yeah. Thank you all again so much. I have an article going live tomorrow. It's not about this. It's about Rancor. It'll be on gatheringmagic.com. You can find me on twitter.com/nerdtothecore and facebook.com/nerdtothecore. Thank you all again so much for joining me. This has been a lot of fun. I'll probably be back next week. Maybe Thursday. Don't know. My wife's getting back from a trip, and wife time is more important than game time. So thanks so much. Have a great night, everyone. Take care.